Hey you, yeah you, looking to learn how to make an eggs Benedict? Or maybe are you a Nicki Minaj fan? Well, stick around, I got you. I'm gonna share my Nicki Minaj inspired secret recipe with you that you won't find anywhere else. This is Swagg Kitchen. Make sure you drop a like or comment and make sure to subscribe and let's get right into the recipe. Let's get it popping. Okay, first, real quick, wash hands. Why? Because clean hands equals safe food. Don't be cooking food with dirty hands. All right, now let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start off with working with our chicken breast first. So basically, right here, I'm just cutting them up, well, opening them up and putting them in a Ziploc bag. Because in the Ziploc bag, we're gonna pound them out a little thinner, just so it'll be easier and faster to cook. And also, you don't want a big slab of chicken on your eggs Barbie. So just pound it out within the bag. And once you pound it out, then as you want it, you're gonna throw in your buttermilk. Okay, so you don't have to use buttermilk if you don't want to. Remember, everything's always optional. It's your world. Do what you want. But yeah, once you add the buttermilk, just shake it up. Make sure the chicken's coated. Then we're gonna throw in some thyme sprigs. Thyme is just to give it a nice little flavor whilst it's marinating in the buttermilk. Squeeze any excess air you got in the bag. Shake it up. We're gonna put it in the fridge. Okay, for the next step, we're gonna start making our cheddar cheese and chive biscuits. So you just want to use some all-purpose AP flour, or you can even get fancy and mix some pastry flour, whatever you want. Yes, there are different kinds of flours if you didn't know that. So once you put your flour in a bowl, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of sugar. That seems about like 2. Hopefully that was 2. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon like 1 1/4 tablespoons of salt to give your biscuit a flavor, and about 2 tablespoons of baking powder as well. Now, baking powder is different baking powders if you didn't know that as well. Now, the difference between baking powder and baking soda is baking soda needs acidity and baking powder just needs heat. That's basically different. But yeah, give your ingredients a little whisk or mix. Make sure everything's incorporated. And we're going to chop some chives real quick. And you want to toss that in there there you go. And to this, we're going to also add I have cheddar cheese and butter, finely chopped butter. So just mix that in there with some half and half. Regular milk was just too regular. We're not on that regular. So we're using half and half. And mix until, everything's combined. You don't want it too wet, but just flour your surface that you're gonna work with your dough on. You're gonna knead it just a little bit, just to form it up. Then we're gonna flour our rolling pan just so the dough doesn't stick, and we're gonna roll it out. While you're rolling, you want to form it. You don't want a big circle, weird piece of dough on your board. So while you roll, form it as well, and you fold. The reason of folding is the biscuits are going to be layered. The more you fold, the more layers you get. But, it's an optional step. I suggest 1 or 2 folds. But like I said, if your dough is wet, you can always keep using that flour. Flour up your rolling pin and keep rolling. Okay, so now once we have our shape nice and square, we're going to get a cookie cutter. Or you can use a top from like a Pam spray. You're going to cut the shapes up of your biscuit. You don't want them too big because, you're gonna, but you just keep cutting. And like I said, if your dough is wet, like mine's right here, you could just roll it up. That's what we call that thing, a pastry scoop? What? Something like that? Yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah, you're just gonna keep rolling. Use more flour if you need to. Don't hurt to flour it up. And just finish cutting out the rest of the biscuits. All right, before we forget, let's preheat our oven to 400 degrees, or where I'm from, 400, and let's get to the next step. All right, now to the biscuits. Hopefully you cut them all out good and nice and circle. If not, oh well, nobody's gonna judge you. Maybe I would, but nobody else. We're gonna add egg wash. Egg wash is just egg lightly beaten with some water in it. So it helps with the browning of the top of the biscuit to make it look all nice and pretty. And that is going to go into our oven. And set a 10 to 15 minute timer. Oh, my bad. I forgot I was narrating real quick. But yeah. All right, so let's grab that chicken. It should be good and marinated right about now. So with the same cookie cutter you use to cut your dough, try and cut out a relatively close size of a chicken breast. Like I said, you don't want a big slab of chicken on your biscuit that's just hanging over. That doesn't look professional at all. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so we're gonna cut out the chicken. If you don't have that, you can just, cut like a square piece. That'll be big enough to fit on the base of the biscuit. Anyway, moving on. So, like I said, cut the chicken. If, just wait for me to do my thing. All right, put any that you're not using to the side. You can always fry it up later. And now that we have our 3 pieces, we're gonna get our flour base ready. It's just like a, what do I want to call it? Like a crust for the outside. When you fry chicken, the crunchy thing that's on the outside of the chicken. Yeah, this is what we're doing. So I'm gonna add some flour. The measurements don't have to be precise here. We're gonna add flour, onion powder. It's just the flavor or to season the flour. Some salt. Put salt on everything. And some fresh cracked pepper. All right. Okay, now once you get it seasoned, put that pepper on there, boy. Give it a little twirl with your hands. Make sure it's nice and mixed up. I'm messing up my hands for a while. And to that leftover buttermilk, because I'm pretty sure you got some leftover, don't throw it away. We're gonna use it. Put some hot sauce, Crystal. That's all we buy in the hood. Crystal hot sauce. You're gonna mix that with the buttermilk. This just to give it a little flavor. You don't have to. You never have to do nothing you don't want to do, but just give it some flavor. And so the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna go flour, buttermilk / hot sauce back into the flour and into a frying pan with oil. Or if you have a fryer, like a portable one, you can have that ready on standby. But yeah, so remember, flour, buttermilk, back into the flour, and then into the oil. I kind of went ham right here, going real heavy on the flour. You don't do that, because it's going to give you a big, thick piece of crust, and you don't want that. I mean, I didn't mind, but for you might want to, not go as ham as I did. So repeat the process. Okay, it's time for Fry 101 from a black person. Please listen, this is very important. When it comes to fried chicken, we lit. So when you're frying, you do not want to fry in high temperature. Medium high is pushing it. So if you fry high, you're going to burn it. So you just want to be medium and fry in batches, okay? The reason you fry in batches is, 1, so the oil doesn't spill over and burn you, and 2, it's just smarter to work that way. So yeah, moving on. Oh man, high school was the bomb, diggity. I mean, actual school, not that song. But anyway, now it's time to poach our eggs. So we're gonna add some pink food coloring and some vinegar. This just helps with the poaching process. The vinegar does, not the food coloring. So in a cup, you want to add 1 egg. The reason you put it in a cup is you want to be gentle and drop it in like like a gentle and crack another one. Remember, always in batches. You never want to overcrowd your work area. And give it 3 minutes tops, and it will be perfect. Yeah, 3 minutes will make it nice and jiggly. Ooh. Yeah, jiggly, like I was saying. Okay, one more step. That's it, I promise you. All right, so in a bowl, we're gonna separate some eggs, yolk from the whites. Don't get rid of the whites. I'm gonna show you how to use everything we use, and so we're not making any waste. And now that you separate your yolks from your whites, we're gonna add some ground mustard and lemon juice. The ground mustard just helps with the emulsification that we're about to do in one quick second, and the lemon juice give it some some tartness. And we're gonna take that over to our, I have steaming water. Well, it don't have to be boiling, as long as you can see the steam coming up, it'll work. And this is called a double boiler, culinary terms, I'm gonna give you a little mini culinary degree right now. So you're gonna keep whisking that over the steaming water. You don't want direct heat, so this is called a bain-marie. And we're just gonna keep whisking and removing it from the heat from time to time, because you don't want it to overcook. And this right here is a pain in the issue, because it takes a long time and it's a strain on your arms. And so also we're gonna add melted butter. You could just throw the butter in the microwave, melt it down to like liquid, and then keep it to the side. And you're gonna slowly add that to the egg yolks whilst you're whisking. This is gonna take some time, bro. So just keep whisking and adding butter and whisking and adding butter. And hopefully you get jacked. You won't have to go to the gym for like 4 days. And you want it thick like this. It's still pourable, but you can see the swirls. And you can see it in there. That's how you know you did a good job. If it doesn't look like that, then you need to start over. And if you don't want to start over, you could just go buy store-bought Hollandaise from Amazon or something. But hey, teach his own. All right, now to that egg white, hopefully you didn't throw it away. We're going to put some sugar. And I suggest using a hand blender for this. If you want to use your hands, and hey, by all means, that's you. You're going to be hella jacked, but hand blender. And you're going to keep stirring that up until you get this foamy looking thing. This is going to lighten up our Hollandaise to like make it mimic cotton candy. And you just want to whisk until you get soft peaks, not stiff. Okay, grab your biscuits. Hopefully you set a timer and didn't forget them. You only need like 10 minutes, but yeah, grab your biscuits and cut them in half. Use the top pieces, because I put the bottom piece down, and the bottom piece is really tough to cut through. So use the top part of the biscuit. So put 3 down, and now we're going to add our chicken. Yeah, see how nice and golden brown that thing look? Yeah, black people chicken, bro. You're gonna add your egg. Put your egg right on top. This is how you assemble a Benedict, well, eggs Barbie in this case. So you add your Hollandaise and your egg whites to make a cotton candy Hollandaise. And to color it, we're gonna add some food coloring. Yeah, more food coloring. Safe to eat food coloring. Don't buy that cheap stuff. And you mix it up, get it to the color you like, and drizzle it right on top. Right on top of them eggs. And then we're gonna repeat the process with a different color. Here I got orange. You can use red, you can use blue, you can use yellow, whatever color you want. It's not set in stone. And you put that on the next egg. And then here, we're gonna throw some purple. And then, ooh, this thing looking good. This is coming together, it's coming together. We're gonna top with some chives, and we lit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you learned how to make a eggs Barbie. This is an eggs Benedict remix. Remember, everything is always optional. If you didn't want to make a biscuit, you can always substitute with a English muffin. That's the traditional way. But anyway, yeah, make sure you drop a comment, like, subscribe, share, whatever floats your boat. But anyway, make sure you catch me again next week right here for a new episode. Peace.
All these bitches is my sons.